Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, June 11th. I didn't get to do my regular video that I do on Tuesdays yesterday because Adriana went to work with me and, took up most of my day. Anyway, I did have a topic in mind that I wanted to discuss, and the topic that I wanted to discuss was love. And love is very general. It's a large topic to talk about. We can really target a lot of different areas, but I wanted to just talk about different types of love, I guess. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and they've been talking about your soulmate, your true love, finding that one person that was meant for you, and kind of like different tricks or ways to find the person that's for you, whether it be via app, like a dating app, whether it be via friends, meeting someone in an event, in a party, in a place, just talking about finding love. And the love that they were talking about was romantic love, finding your partner, your soulmate, whether it be your wife, your husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, just someone to date. So they were talking about that, and it made me think about back in the day, my time. It was very different. We didn't have these dating apps. We didn't have these all this technology that you can connect with different people from all over the world. You literally had to physically go there and meet someone or get introduced to someone by someone that knew someone, etc. So it's very different. It's a different world. And a lot of times I tell my husband, like, I worry for my son, who has some social anxiety or is not as outgoing and bubbly as my daughters are. So I do worry about him meeting someone, and the guy usually is the one that makes the first move. So I feel like it's very different for him. And it worries me. And then I see some of my friends or some of my cousins that are still dating. They're still out there looking for someone to date, to marry, to meet someone. And it's hard. Like, it's difficult. I guess I didn't think about it at the time when I was younger. I wasn't thinking about finding someone, but I guess now, as a mom and as an adult, and seeing friends and family struggle with finding love, it's scary and it's hard. So I wanted to talk about love, or what love means to me, because something that they talked about also in one of the podcasts was that there is love everywhere. So it's not just romantic love. Like, you have your mother's love, you have your siblings' love, you have your friends' love, you have your relatives' love, you have your children's love. So there's like all these different types of love that we have around us, and we don't see it because we're so focused on the romantic love. So he talked about self-love mainly, because they said, if you don't love yourself, you can't attract. Like, it makes it very difficult for you to attract love, to find someone to be attracted to you, because self-love, like, when I think of self-love, me loving myself, I would think it's confidence. Like, to me, love is confidence. If I love myself, I'm confident about myself. And it doesn't have to be physical. It could be emotional. It could be you're very confident about your personality. You're very confident about your beliefs, where you stand, and your religious beliefs and your political beliefs and just your life beliefs, how you carry yourself, how you respect others and you expect to be respected as well. So I feel like love is so many things, and the most important part is loving yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, you can't allow someone else to love you because you don't think you deserve to be loved. So one thing my parents always I feel did an amazing job with was our self-confidence. Like, they always made us feel that we could do whatever we want, we can be whoever we want, and we just have to work hard. We just have to work, progress, move forward, be responsible, be determined, be respectful, and just be hardworking. And it will pay off. And one thing my dad would always say is, no one is better than you, or don't think that you're better than anyone else, but no one is better than you. So it's kind of like we're all equals, because someone came from a certain background doesn't mean that they're better than you. Because someone may live in a different neighborhood or come from a different family, it doesn't mean that they're better than you. But he would also say, don't put yourself out there like you're better than anyone else. We're all equals. And I think that had a lot to do with our confidence, because if you think about it, if your parents are telling you that one's not better than you because of where they're from, and at no point did they talk about if they look a certain way, if they act a certain way. Like, it was always about, we're all equals, we all respect each other, we treat each other kindly. But I never looked at it like, oh, if she's prettier, then she's better, or if he's uglier, then I'm better. Like, they never put that perception in our minds about appearance. It was all about your self-worth, who you are, your character, being genuine to yourself, and just being a person of honor. And back in the day, on my parents' day, and I would say in our day too, your word was everything. Like, if you gave your word that I will be there, you will be there. And if you're not, like, that is the worst betrayal, that you didn't keep your word, you didn't keep your promise. Like, that is so significant. And that also shows love. Like, if you love someone, you will show up for them. You love yourself, you will show up for yourself. You'll push for yourself. You'll be your own advocate. So loving yourself first and setting that precedence and that standard. If someone sees that you take care of yourself, your body, you feed yourself well, you exercise, you focus on your mental health, they're not going to come over and feel like, let me knock this person down. Wow, I have to be careful because that person, they hold themselves to that certain level, and they're not going to allow anyone else to bring them down. So that was not going to attract. You're not going to attract a person that wants to be out partying, drinking, having fun, staying out late, eating junk food. You're not going to attract that type of person, because that person's going to say, I don't want to be with this person who's not gonna go out and drink with me, stay out late, have some junk food. You're not attracting the type of person that is not into the things that you're into. And not to say that you're going to find a person that's exactly like you or that has all the same interests as you. I'm not saying that, because opposites do attract, but you don't want an extreme. Like, you don't want an extreme that, we're going to clash because I'm definitely not staying out late and this person is, or whatever differences you have. So you love yourself, you respect yourself, you set standards for yourself, and people are going to see that. I mean, I see people that will see, they make comments, oh, you wake up early to go to the gym? I don't have time. Like, I need my sleep. I need my sleep too, trust me. But I know how I feel after I go work out. I know how my mind works, how my body works, how much better I eat, how much more focused I am. So that is more important to me. And I love myself that much that I am going to sacrifice maybe staying up late and watching a movie. Instead, I'm going to, go to sleep early and wake up early and go do what I know is going to make my next day productive. So I'm doing that because I love myself and I'm putting myself first. So that being said, you attract that as well. And even if your partner doesn't do it, because trust me, my husband does not wake up early to work out, but there are some changes that he's made. Like sometimes, and I always say, I always invite anyone want to go for a walk. I invite everyone, my kids, my mom, my dad, whoever's in the house. Anyone want to go for a walk? And most of the time people say no. But then my husband recently has been saying yes several times. So I'm like, oh, he's joining me. And on those walks, I'll tell him, I don't want you to feel like I'm pushing you to eat healthy or exercise, move. Tell him, I just want to grow old with you. Like, I want to have you by my side always. And I want you to be able to move and keep up with me and enjoy ourselves in a healthy way. I don't want to lose you. So, and I don't want to say it in like a degrading way, like, oh, you're a little fatty and you're not going to make it. And I try not to do it in that way. I hope I don't. I try to do it in a loving, caring way. And it's the truth. I want you to be here for a very long time, as I want to be here for a very long time, to see our kids grow, to meet our grandkids, etc. So I see that, and I see that he sees how I'm taking care of myself, and that's love for myself, and how I prioritize myself, which I didn't before. I'm not gonna lie. There were times that I would put everyone first. Feed the kids, feed my husband, feed everyone else, make sure everyone took a bath, everyone's bathed, everyone's clothed, everyone's in bed. Now it's my turn. And I started shifting my mindset. I started shifting it to say, I'm gonna love myself first, so then I could love everyone else better. So I get home and I eat. I ask everyone else if they ate or not, and then they get fed. I invite my youngest daughter to take a bath with me. Most of the time she wants to take a bath later, but I'll take my bath and I'll do my salt bath and soak in there and listen to my podcast or my little meditation music. And I do that. And before bed, I get in bed, I make my tea, and I put my little meditation music on, and and I make sure you got to go to bed, Adriana, it's bedtime. And she's even gotten into the habit of listening to my little meditation music, and she enjoys it. And a few times she said, put on your little music, Mom, because it relaxes her, it helps her fall asleep. And then they're watching me take care of myself, so then I can take care of them as well. And I feel like that is also showing them how to love themselves. And I always tell my girls, especially, and I tell my son too, but just the girls mainly, tell them I would love for you girls to find a man that loves you the way your dad loves me. And it's not that he loves me like he pampers me, he's doing all these things. He loves me in the way that I feel I need to be loved. And I never realized that in the beginning of our relationship. I guess I thought he loves me because of the way I look. That's how I felt, that he loved me for my appearance. But then with time, I realized that it wasn't for the way I looked. And I definitely did not fall in love with my husband because of the way he looked, because he knows, and everyone knows, and I'm sure you've heard it in another podcast or another video, that I did not fall in love with him because of his looks. I did not like him because of his looks. I fell in love with him because of him. And I think originally what attracted him to me was physical, but then he got to know me and he did fall in love with me for me. And the reason I feel that he truly loves me is not only because he loves me for who I am, but he loves me for my beautiful, my ugly, my when I'm in my good moods and my bad moods, my ups, my downs. And one thing he has never told me, like when I hear other women talk about, that their husband said they're a little heavy, or they're a little chunky, or they're a little, one thing my husband has never ever said to me is that I look heavier or fatter or thicker or plumper or anything like that, ever. I feel like in his eyes, I've always looked perfect. And then I look back at pictures and I'm like, oh my God, Aniva, I was huge. Like, why didn't you tell me I looked that big? And he's like, but you didn't. Like, you looked perfect. You looked beautiful. And I'm just like, seriously? And the other day I said something to him. I forgot, we went somewhere, we took a picture or something happened, or we were somewhere, and I said, oh my God, I'm looking at the pictures and look at me, I look like a hot mess. Like, everyone is so done up, they look nice, their hair is done, you know. I'm like, and I'm a hot mess. And I'm like, why'd you tell me that I look like a hot mess? And he goes, but you don't, like, you look great. And then I said, no, I don't, like, look at me. And he goes, well, you're my hot mess, so I love you that way, and that's it. Like, stop saying that. You're not a hot mess. But if that's what you want to say, like, you're my hot mess, and I'm okay with that. And I just felt so loved, so appreciated, so seen, because he didn't say, no, you looked perfect, you look great. He was like, you looked good, like, you looked fine. And I just kept saying, you didn't tell me I looked like a hot mess. And he just emphasized, like, well, you're my hot mess. So it's okay. Like, it's okay that I look that way. Maybe he didn't see me that way. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. But he loves me like that anyway. Like, I feel like I can tell him anything. I can show him anything. He could see anything from me. And he loves me for it. Even things that I would be uncomfortable with, or anyone would be uncomfortable with. Sometimes I would be uncomfortable with myself with certain things. And then I would, like, mention it to him, and he'd make me feel like it's normal. This is life. Like, it's normal. You're normal. I'm normal. This is life. Like, I love you for the way you are, and it is what it is. So, love. There are many types of love, but self-love, I think, is the most important and the first love that we need to focus on. And then romantic love obviously comes, and it comes in stages. And I remember it was like, in the beginning, it was like an obsessive love. Then it became like, you know, okay, I love you, but do you love me? You know, and it just, like, evolved our romantic love. Then we had children, and then it's like, oh, I have to share my love with my, you know, I love my child, and I love you, but it's a different type of love. And, you know, am I taking away from your love to love this child? And it just grows into so many things. And I heard in one of the podcasts that my mom actually mentions once, she said, you know, with time, you and your partner become like siblings. They become your siblings. She's like, your dad is like my brother. Like, that's how we become. And I was like, oh, like, I do not want to feel like my husband is my brother. I do not. But then I realized, and she's like, and it's not like it's your brother, like you came from the same mother, but it's like you're together for so many years that then you take care of each other. Like, you make sure they're fed, you make sure they're taken care of, they're taking the medication. Like, you just get to a different point in your life when you take care of each other like siblings, you know. Or even like your child. Like, my dad's at a point that he has Alzheimer's, and he's literally like my mom's child. I feel like sometimes he's my child. So your love evolves and it changes. But when it's like a strong, solid love, and especially if you have it for yourself, you won't allow anyone to love you any other way than the way you want to be loved. So I'll end it on this. When I had my son, I felt like, oh my God, I thought I loved my husband, but I really love my son. Like, this is love. I thought that was love, but this is love. And there is so many different types of love, and we are able to give and share and receive all these different types of love. But remember to first love yourself, and then you're able to love everyone else genuinely, and you're able to allow others to love you too. So let's love ourselves, let's give ourselves some grace, and let's make sure we put ourselves first. Okay? Take care, and this was a great one. I could have gone in a lot of different directions, but I don't want to make this super long. So I hope you enjoy this, and let's make it a productive day. Take care.